Hey guys, how you all doing today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope this bull market has been favoring you guys as much as it has been favoring the rest of us as well. And this was supposed to be a live video, but since I haven't done one of those in a while, I decided that let me just make this video and then I'm just going to upload it to you guys later. So as you guys know, the bull market has been coming in full force, and it's been great so far. And there's something I've really been thinking about that has been really bothering me for a while now, and I've not really known how to go about it, but I think I arrived at two solutions that's going to help me get to my final decision, right? And I was like, I'm just going to make a video about it to talk to you guys about it so you guys can know where my mind is at, and you can also benefit from it as well if you choose to. And of course, I'm not giving out financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what's coming off of my head, and it makes sense to me. So if it makes sense to you too, follow it at your own risk. All right. So I've been having this thought in my head for a while now, because you guys know about how I love Cardano so much, and obviously as well I also hold other cryptocurrencies as well. So I've been having this thought for a while now. Should you sell your crypto? Should you sell your Cardano or your ADA? Should you sell your Bitcoin? Should you sell any of your favorite cryptocurrency as we go into this bull market? Should you take profits? All right. It's something that has been really bothering me, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to talk to you guys about it. So I'm going to be speaking on the side of Cardano, or I'm going to be speaking on the side of ADA. All right. But you can insert any of your other favorite cryptocurrencies here as well, because I feel like it applies to that too as well. So as you guys know, ADA has gone up from its low of like 22 cents to like currently 60 something cents, although it has dropped back down in price, but that's like over 200% gain it has given just within the past couple of weeks. All right. And ADA as well has been one of the best performing crypto assets. If you're thinking about that, and you're thinking about where the price currently is to where it's gonna even still gonna go to like its previous high of $3.10, that's still like over 400% increase from here. All right, so you are talking about massive gains, and obviously once the bull run really kicks in, the price is going to keep going higher and higher. So you're talking about probably 1,000, 2,000, 3,000% within this bull run. All right, so it's really gotten me thinking, like, okay, so once that's happening, should I take profit, or when should I take profit? Now obviously it depends on your dollar cost averaging method, right? How you decide to do it. You can decide that, okay, you know what, I'm going to take profit, or I'm not going to take profit. If I'm going to take profit, this is how I'm going to do it. You can say I'm going to do it as the market goes up, or you're going to do it when the market gets to a certain price, then you're going to take profit. There are different ways you can go about it if you want to take some profit. Now, with having that in mind of, okay, I intend to take profit, right? The question now is, when is the market going to peak? Now, nobody can really predict when the market is actually going to peak, but based on technical analysis that I've also done for you guys in the chat here, and I'm going to be giving you guys a few examples here, especially on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is like the big daddy of it all. If you can analyze Bitcoin, you can pretty much kind of like map it out to the rest of the market. If you guys remembered one of my very first live videos, I think that was one of my very first videos, I told you guys about the price history of how Bitcoin has gone. If you guys remember, I have this my book here where I had it written down back then of how the prices moved, and how we can also use that to kind of look at where or when the price is actually going to peak, right? So we have, at the end of 2013, Bitcoin peaked at $1,100. All right, and then by 2015 it had already gotten to its lowest low for that period of $226. So we had 2013, 2014, 2015. So 2 years into the bear market, it had already hit its rock bottom already of $226 in 2015. All right, and then we continued into 2016, and 2017. By 2017, we got to the highest high at that point in time of $19,000. If you guys remember, this is when most people started recognizing cryptocurrency, Bitcoin especially. People started hearing about crypto and Bitcoin and all that. That was in 2017 when Bitcoin peaked all the way to $19,000. Now, Bitcoin had already gotten to $1,100 in 2013, right? That was the highest high. Nobody had really still heard about it back then. Came back down to $226 in 2015. 2 years into the bear market, it had already dropped in price. And then by 2017, 2 years after that, so a total of 4 years, it went back to its high again of $19,000. All right. Now, obviously, you guys recognize what happened right after this. Some of you who might be watching this video, in 2017, after Bitcoin got to its high of $19,000, then subsequently 2 years later, 2019, it fell to $3,000. So from 2017 all the way from $19,000, we fell to $3,000. At this point, I was already aware of Bitcoin, but I wasn't into the market yet. But this was around the time that I was starting to get ready to get into the market, and most of you remember this as well. So from 2019 all the way to 2021, 2 years later, all right, when the market fell to its lowest low of $3,000 in 2019, 2 years later, we got to another high, the most recent high in 2021 of $69,000. all right. 2 years later, after 2021 of $69,000, we fell to, as at the time when I made this video for you guys, Bitcoin was at $17,000, but I think we still fell towards $15,000 thereabout. But basically, we fell all the way from $69,000 to around $15,000, right, within 2 years. And right now we are already in the second year of that 2 years bear cycle. Now, if you guys are following, you can start to see a pattern right now. 2013 to 2015, 2 years, we got from the highest high of $1,100 in Bitcoin to $226 in 2015, right? That was the lowest it could go. And then from 2015 there on up, it started going back up to its high of $19,000 in 2017. all right, you can see that's a total of 4 years. 2 years for it to get to its lowest low, and another 2 years to get to its highest high. All right, so from 2017 now, the market peaked at $19,000, and then it started to fall for another 2 years to $3,000. So by 2019, it had already gotten to its lowest low of $3,000. Guess what started to happen after that? 2 years after that, we got from $3,000 to $69,000 in 2021. So another 4 years. All right, now in 2021, when the market peaked, which most of you that are watching this video right now will remember, we got all the way from $69,000 and started falling back all the way down to $15,000 thereabout. All right, so you can see now that from 2021 we have 22 and we have 23. all right, so you can see now that we've entered the 2 year cycle of the bear market. At this point, the bear market, based on history, seems to be over, and we can only start going up from here. And we've even started to go up already, as you can start to see other cryptocurrencies are starting to go up. Bitcoin as well is currently sitting around $45,000. You know, everything is starting to go up, but you can already start to see a trend here that it takes 2 years for the market to go down, it takes another 2 years for it to go back up and surpass its previous high and create new highs. All right, so now that we are in 2023, which means that we are currently at the end of the bear market officially, and it has pretty much ended long time ago. Like a few months ago, I made a video, a market review, telling you guys about Bitcoin price that immediately we passed $25,000 or $22,000. I can't really remember the exact figure, but immediately we crossed that figure, we are officially in the bull market. And obviously you can see that the market has even doubled since then, because right now we're at $40-something thousand, all the way from $20-something thousand when I made that video a while ago. So at this point, we have already bottomed in the market, and then we are starting to go up already based on price history. If we are looking at price history, we can start to see that the market is going to peak in 2025. It takes 2 years for it to bottom out from 2021 to 2023. That's 2 years in total, 2 years plus. We've bottomed out already, and then starting from next year, or we have pretty much started already, but next year the prices are even going to go much higher. Now these prices are not going to just shoot all the way up. As you can see, it takes another 2 years in total, 2 years plus in total, for it to get to its previous high and even surpass it, create new high. All right, now Bitcoin could get to $50,000 or $60,000 next year, right? But for it to finally peak, for us to say, okay, we are in this hype cycle where everything is going up, every single thing can never go down, everybody is like crazy about cryptocurrency, it's going to take another total of 2 years. All right, so now that we already have an idea that, okay, you know what, it's going to take another total of 2 years, so which means 2025 is going to peak. All right, so we can start to think about it that, okay, if you are looking to take some profit, if I'm looking at time, the time frame when I should start taking some profit, I start looking something maybe late 2024 or early 2025, I start taking some profit off the table. And now another thing you don't want to do is that you don't want to start taking profit right at the end, because like I said, you can never really time the market. But based on history, we've gone 2 years into the bear cycle already, which is this year. We are ending 2 years into the bear cycle, and then starting from next year, we are starting 2 years into the bull cycle. So which means it could even be a year and a half. All right, it doesn't have to be that the moment we enter 2025, we have to finish December 31st, 2025 before the bull market is officially over. All right, the bull market can be officially over in March 2025 or in June or in November. You do not know, but you know that around this time the market is going to start we're going to get to the peak, and then we're going to start going down from there. Then what do you want to now start doing? How do you now want to start taking profit when the prices start to peak? Now, like I've said, you do not want to start taking profit right at the end. You want to start taking profit towards the end. All right, so it could be late 2024, it could be early 2025, or you could even start taking profit right in the middle of 2024, just so that you're safe. All right, because the last thing you want to do is wrongly time the market, and then the market goes down on you by so much, and then you have to wait for another 4 years. Remind you, it's a 4-year total cycle for you to like get back to previous high and start taking some profit and all that. You don't want to have to do all that. You want to start front running every other person before it's too late. What should you now do? All right, now it depends. If you haven't gotten to your holding target yet, all right, like for example, I keep talking about how much I love Cardano, how much I love ADA. If you guys remember, I made a video at the end of last year. I told you guys about how this year was going to be a very tough year, of how things are going to come down in price, going to keep coming much further down in price. And obviously, I can't remember how much Bitcoin was as at back then, but Bitcoin eventually fell even lower this year. All right, as you guys saw, and every other cryptocurrency as well continued to drop in price as well. I told you guys that things were going to get tough. All right, and I told you guys that because of things are going to get tough, assets are going to drop in price, be it stock, cryptocurrencies, commodities, whatever it is, they're going to drop in price. That means this is the best time for you to actually snag them up. This is the best time for you to actually buy them. All right, I told you guys that if you can take, because I was focusing more on ADA, but obviously there are other cryptocurrencies as well that are also amazing as well. For example, if you can get up to 10,000 ADA, right, and at that point ADA was going to cost you, I can't really remember how much it is, but it was going to cost you at most $5,000. And obviously, as ADA prices continue to drop, as the cryptocurrency market continue to drop, the price that you could have been able to use to get 10,000 ADA was even much lower. I think you could have been able to get 10,000 ADA for like $2,200. All right, and back then too, dollars was not what it was now. If you were living in Nigeria, you know how terrible the exchange rate is now. So dollar was not as terrible as it was now. So back then you could still get 10,000 ADA for like, let's say 1.5 million naira or something like that, or probably even less than that, right? So it wasn't as crazy as it was now. But if you're able to hold 10,000, or if you're able to have up to 10,000, then I guess you taking some profit is totally fine if you want to take some profit. Now, if you are not able to get up to 10,000, then you probably do not want to take some profit. I'm not saying you can't do that, but for me, it doesn't just sit right with me to be selling at this particular point in time. If you've not gotten to your target, what you now have to do is, you know what, make more money. At this point, I'm just saying that, why am I selling? Because there's no need to sell when I've not gotten to my price target. Instead, what I need to do is keep adding to it, right? You do not sell, you add more to it. So in order for you to add more to it, what you need to do is make more money, make more income, right? that's exactly, just have multiple sources of income, keep striving. Even in the bull market, keep striving to have more sources of income, just keep growing and keep growing. So even when the market goes up, right, you have so much money. Like, let's say you have like 1,000 ADA, right? 1,000 ADA, by the time the market gets back to its previous high of $3, that is $3,000. Now you've been trying to keep getting more, so you keep making more income, keep trying to grow yourself, keep trying to, you know, do whatever you can do. The market goes up, you have $3,000, right? And mind you, you're still adding to it, right? And then the market eventually goes down, right? So let's say the market eventually goes down to like $1. So ADA doesn't fall down to like 22 cents anymore. It falls down to like maybe $1 or 70 cents. So at this point, you used to have $3,000, now you have like $700, right? But that's because you have not gotten to your goal. So all you're just doing is you're just focusing on making more money. That is the solution. You just keep making more money and then adding to it. It will eventually get to the point that maybe in the next bull run, you probably still might have not gotten to 10,000 yet, or you probably gotten to 6,000, right? You've been able to get 6,000 or 7,000, somewhere close to 10,000, right? And then this time, the market now goes all the way from $1 all the way to like $11. So at this point, you've not achieved your goal of 10,000 yet, right? And mind you, this 10,000 is just what I calculated myself, and I decided that that's just my own goal. Your own goal could be 1,000 ADA, your own goal could be 2,000, right? But you should aim high so that even when you fail, you still fail very high, right? So at this point, when the market goes up to like $11, right? Maybe you already have 6,000 or 7,000 at this point. You've still not gotten up to 10,000 yet, right? And then at this point, you have almost $80,000 in your possession. At this point, it's still up to you. Do I want to sell a little bit? And at that point, I think you would be a little bit more comfortable by selling a little bit, right? Depending on where you are in your life, depending on if you need more money or not, right? It depending on where you are, you might say, okay, you know what, I'm going to sell a little bit, or I'm going to still let it ride. Now, if you don't have an income, right, then you probably want to sell a little bit as the market goes up. All right, especially maybe it's not that you don't have an income. Maybe it's that your income is not as buoyant as you want it to be, right? And you're not so sure, you just want to be able to take a little bit, right? Then what you can do is that as the market starts to go up, right, you don't want to start taking crazy amount out all of a sudden, because mind you, you have not gotten to your target yet. Here's what I would do, using ADA as an example. ADA's last peak was $3. All right, so as the market starts to head towards $3, or as it even gets to $3, because every market in the next bull run or in this bull run, every asset out there that is performing, and Cardano is one of those assets. Bitcoin is performing, Ethereum is performing, Cardano is performing, XRP, all those cryptocurrencies, as they're performing, they will all surpass their last highs. They will also surpass the last highest price it was before the market crashed. So for Cardano, it's going to surpass $3. All right, so since we're going to surpass $3 and we have that's, I don't want to say it's pretty much guaranteed, but most likely than not, it's going to surpass $3. All right, because that's how it's going to get to higher prices. Bitcoin is going to surpass $69,000. That's how it's going to get to higher prices. All right, what I would do is that as the market starts to approach $3, or at $3, I'm going to sell like 5 to 10% of my holdings. So if I was holding 1,000 ADA, right, which is at that point $3,000, it's going to be $3,000 worth of ADA. What I would do is that I will sell 5 to 10%. So 5 to 10% can range all the way from $150 to $300. You can sell that much because you know that that's a good price, because that's like the previous high, right? And then as the price continues to go higher, maybe at $3.50, or if you want it to run all the way to $4, you can sell a little bit more. So what I can do is that I can sell maybe 5% at $3, all right? And then as the market gets close to $4, right, I sell another 5%, that's 10. And then as the market goes to $4.50, I sell another 5%, or I sell 10%. So what you can now do is that as the market now starts to go higher and higher, this is how you can just keep selling. For me, I personally would only want to sell a maximum of 30 to 40%. of my holdings. As the market starts to go higher and higher, you can just be setting profit targets, right? And it's totally depending on you, right? Like for me, the figure I have in my head is once I get to $3, I'll make the decision on the fly as I feel it at that moment, but it must be at least from 5 to 10%, right? I do not want to sell any more than that at $3. And then as it gets to $4, I probably don't want to sell at $3.50 because that's just too close. I want to sell because I know the market is going to go higher than that, so I'm probably going to sell at $4, and then I'll be another 5 to 10%, and then $6, probably 5% or 3%, and then I'll be ready to buy more into the market as the market goes down. All right, and I'm also going to be showing you the strategy I'm going to use to be buying into the market when the market starts going down. I'm not just going to like start buying the market once it starts going down, right? There's a strategy in which I'm going to use, and I'm going to be showing you guys later. I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm probably going to have to screen record my laptop to show you guys how that strategy works, but it's when the market gets to that certain point, I'm going to start buying in. All right, because if you're just buying in at any time, it could just be that the market just retraced a little bit and then started going back up, that you were just buying, so you bought into early. You do not want to buy into early. You want to buy in at a good price when the market is for sure in a bear market. And obviously too, it also works with time too, right? So if the market is still in 2024, right, and then it has already gotten to like $7 already, and then I know that we are nowhere near the end of the bull market, because based on what we've just discovered, we discovered that the bull market only lasts for about a year and a half or 2 years, and then it's done, right? And then the bear market starts. So right now we are ending the bear market. Right now we have officially started the bull market, but the bull market doesn't officially start until 2024, right? Next year. I know that it's going to go till 2025, but if by 2024, middle of 2024, late 2024, it has risen so much that it starts to drop, right? It starts to drop towards like $3. I'm still not going to like start buying like crazy, right? Because mind you, the bear market, you have enough time to start buying into the bear market. Bear market lasts for like 2 years. Bull market lasts for 2 years. So what I'm going to do at that point is by 2024, the market starts to drop, I'm not going to be buying, right? Even when the market starts to drop like crazy, everybody's like, this is the end, because it could just be a false flag, right? This happened with Bitcoin during the last bull run when I can't remember exactly what year it is, maybe in 2020 or 2019, during COVID. Yes, during COVID, Bitcoin had already risen all the way. In fact, Bitcoin had already risen all the way close to $50,000, and then it fell. All right, when it fell, I believe it fell towards $19,000 again. All right, I'm gonna fact check this, but I remember Bitcoin had risen by a lot, that people were like crazy that, oh man, it's the bull market, it's the bull market. Then Bitcoin dropped. When Bitcoin dropped, a lot of people would have been thinking, man, the bear market has begun, the bull market is over. But guess what? Towards 2021, Bitcoin rose all the way to $69,000. So I'm definitely knowing now that I know when the bull market lasts and when the bear market supposedly lasts as well. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. I might just be talking out of my ass. It might just be that history didn't repeat itself, but so far it has repeated itself flawlessly, and I'm going to follow it until it doesn't. All right, so I'm definitely not going to be following that strategy of selling the market, even if the market starts going down very well and everybody is crazy. Like, maybe let's say either gets all the way to like $7 or $8 or $9 in 2024, and then it starts dropping down to like $5 or something like that. I'm not going to be buying back into the market, right? At that point in time, I'm still going to wait until 2025, right? Maybe second quarter of 2025, when I'm now sure that yes, we are officially in a bear market. And also, so I'm going to show you guys the strategy in which I'm also going to use to determine if we're in the bear market as well. It's also in the chart. I'm going to do that in another video. You guys should just remind me, but I'll definitely do that once I start seeing all those things. And also too, with the timing as well. Is it 2025 yet? If it's not 2025 yet and then the market is coming down, I'm still not buying, because it could just be that the market is just retracing and then it's going to even go back higher to greater heights. Until 2025, I'm going to start buying into the market. But am I going to wait to 2025 to start selling? No, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I will start selling the moment we get to ADA, right? I'm talking about ADA now. You could insert your favorite cryptocurrency here. The moment we get to our previous high for ADA of $3, I will immediately sell 5 to 10%, even if I do not want to, because I do not have another source of income that is solid yet. So I'm trying to save a little bit of cash now that the market is getting back higher. So I'm probably going to have like 5% or 10% at $3. When it gets to $4, another 5%. The higher it goes, I'll just keep. But the highest I want to hold in cash is 30 to 40%. In fact, 40% is too high for me personally. Maybe 30% or 35%, right? In cash. At that point, it's going to be a buck. So depending on how much ADA you hold or how much of that cryptocurrency you hold, 30% could be a lot of money. 30% could be $10,000. 30% could be $20,000, $40,000, $50,000, right? Because even if you have even gotten to your goal of how much cryptocurrency you want to hold, like for example, I'm talking about ADA, how much ADA you want to hold of 10,000, it's still not a bad idea to sell if you want to, right? But I personally might not even be selling at that point, especially if I see that my finances are okay and I can keep adding more into it. But if I know that that was my goal, to get up to 10,000, and then the market is now at $10, or the market is now at $8 or $7, I wouldn't still mind selling a little bit, right? But at that point, I'm just selling a little bit to maybe take some profit for myself, spend here and there just to like treat myself, or I am saving to buy more into the cryptocurrency market. So anyways, this is not financial advice. This is just what has been going on in my head, and I was like, you know what, why don't I make a video about it, talk to you guys about it, let me see what you guys think about it. And this is definitely what I'm going to do. If things don't turn out very well, I'm going to take some profits, probably going to use a very, very tiny percentage of that to just use on myself, do one or two things that I've been wanting to do that I couldn't do during the bear market, just do them. But it's going to be a very extremely tiny part of it, because I value more of the asset that I'm holding than whatever it is I'm buying now. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then the rest I'm just going to use it to buy more as the market starts to go down. And all right, I'm going to make that video for you guys to tell you guys when I'm going to start buying, because I'm not just going to buy once the market starts going down. The market has to get to a particular point, and it's going to be different for different kind of cryptocurrencies as well. So I'm going to do that, show you guys how to do that. And also too, for those of you who don't know, I am actually a trader. I didn't just start making this YouTube channel of mine out of the blue. I've been a trader for the past 10 years, more than 10 years now. I trade forex, I trade cryptocurrencies, obviously, as you guys know, and I also trade commodities as well. In fact, I can trade any other kind of financial assets, but I mostly trade forex, cryptocurrencies, and the likes. All right, if you're interested in getting started with forex, all right, and you want to learn how to navigate the MetaTrader 4 platform. The MetaTrader 4 platform is a platform that if you're trading forex, you have to learn how to navigate that platform. If you want to be able to buy, sell, plot your charts, do all those fancy things to be able to take your trades, you need to know how to operate the MetaTrader 4 platform. I offer a course on Udemy that teaches you guys how to do that. All right, so if you're interested in that, the link is going to be in the description below. You guys can check it out. It's not going to be expensive. If you're from Nigeria, I believe it's just like 5,000 naira you're going to spend, and then you get access to the course. And obviously you also still get access to me, and I can put you guys through with anything you might be lacking knowledge in respect to that aspect. And obviously I'm going to be creating more courses to teach you guys how to also buy and sell the markets, like the strategies that I've been using that have made me successful over the years in trading. All right, I'm going to be showing you guys that, and the strategies that work, the strategies that don't work. I'm going to be making all those videos. But for now, if you guys are interested in just knowing how to navigate the MT4 platform, if you guys are interested in that, like I said, the link is going to be in the description below. So definitely check that out. It's a way to support me as well, so I can also keep buying more crypto. All right, so definitely check that out, and I will see you guys in the next episode. All right, cheers guys.